You might think you've experienced VR and you might have been pretty impressed. Particularly if you're a gamer, there are some great experiences to be had out there, or rather in there today. Today's most popular VR applications involve taking total control of a user's senses, sight and hearing particularly, to create a totally immersive experience that places the user in a fully virtual environment that feels pretty realistic. Mobile VR such as Samsung's Gear VR and Google Cardboard has been bringing a more affordable virtual reality experience to the market. So in this video, we're going to tell you about 10 mind-blowing uses for VR. The video is going to be amazing, so make sure you stick till the end. Before starting the video, be sure to smash that like button and subscribe to never miss out on any of our videos. Number 10. Interact with a TV show. Watching TV has traditionally been a passive, one-way experience, but Australian studio Start VR is aiming to change all that. VR Noir is a 360-degree film with interactive elements that give you the ability to change the narrative. As the drama unfolds, you see events from the view of Veronica Coltrane, a private detective taking on a morally dubious case, and you get to choose what happens along the way. Blurring the line between cinematic storytelling and immersive gameplay, VR Noir is difficult to define but points to an exciting range of new possibilities for anyone involved in mass media entertainment. Number 9. Tactical VR will save lives. The leading virtual reality company Iowa GovRed Technologies has developed simulations intended to aid police personnel training. Part of the simulations developed by the company has included a virtual outdoor situation, a warehouse situation, and an outdoor shooting range. The company's objective is to enable local law enforcement to replicate critical situations in the field and come up with solutions to the given scenarios. In addition, the simulations provide the user with a virtual space where the feeling of being in the real-world environment can be experienced. Furthermore, GovRed Technologies is also venturing into developing VR technologies that can be integrated into various business-related applications. Number 8. Pain management. Snow World is a virtual reality pain control environment that is specifically designed to help burn patients reduce their pain. The University of Washington HIT Lab, in collaboration with Harborview Burn Center, has developed a virtual environment that distracts the patient from the pain of having wound dressings changed. The original Snow World was developed and completed in 2003 with multiple iterations since then. Patients fly through an icy 3D canyon and throw snowballs at snowmen, penguins, and woolly mammoths. The results are somewhat staggering. A patient had 2 almost identical procedures. For one, he was given a Nintendo console to play. For the second, he used Snow World in VR. When asked how painful each procedure was, the second performed whilst distracted by VR showed less than half the level of pain. Number 7. Fly around Google Earth. Everyone's had that lovely dream of being able to fly around the world at will. Well now, Google Earth is able to provide a similar experience via the comfort of your virtual reality headset. Google Earth VR allows you to explore the world from totally new perspectives, stroll the streets of Tokyo, soar over Yosemite, or teleport across the globe. Number 6. Apprenticeship isn't dead. If we've learned anything over the past few millennia, it's that most humans learn best by doing. Sure, reading an instruction manual or listening to a lecture from an expert are great ways to get the theoretical knowledge we need, but in my opinion, there really isn't a better way to really learn something except by doing it over and over. That's why before there were books and before formalized education was a thing, people sent their children to master craftsmen as apprentices to learn their trades. In fact, some large companies still rely on pairing new hires with company veterans in modern apprenticeship programs to help preserve the knowledge and wisdom gained from years on the job. But what if there was a scalable way to pass the best of that knowledge, compiled from all of your best employees in a consistent manner without taking time away from your senior staff? That's exactly what Volkswagen is trying to do at its Wolfsburg logistic department with this new VR training tool. Gerdau is a steel milling company in Fort Smith that develops its own virtual reality app that can go along with any VR goggles and controllers. The company's objective is to improve its employee training capabilities, wherein a real view of steel mill's maintenance shop is being used to simulate scenarios where dangerous situations can be determined. The company believes that VR technology can potentially improve risk perception in high-risk operations such as steel milling, which involves a careful maintenance of equipment to ensure safety. Number 5. PTSD Treatment. Similar to exposure therapy for curbing phobias, VR is being used to ease post-traumatic stress disorder primarily suffered by military veterans upon returning from war zones like Afghanistan and Iraq. Dr. Albert Rizzo of the University of Southern California has been working within clinical virtual reality for the past 20 years and has even won awards for his work developing treatments for PTSD. With HTC Vive and Oculus Rift finally on the market, the biggest barrier to the widespread adoption of the very VR therapies that Dr. Rizzo has developed, that of accessibility, has been all but solved. As Dr. Rizzo himself said, It has not been the theory or research that has held back clinical VR, rather the availability, adoption, and costs that have limited its widespread use. Clinicians can place patients within realistic and immersive scenes that can trigger anxieties or fear within the patient. The patient can then be guided through the scene so that they can cope with the situation within which they are placed. Number 4. MindMaze use VR to help stroke victims. MindMaze, a Swiss startup founded in 2012, is using virtual reality, brain imaging, and video games to bring the benefits of rehab to sufferers of strokes and Parkinson's disease. Often those who have suffered a stroke or who are fighting Parkinson's struggle with the things healthy people take for granted like balance or control. By blending virtual reality and augmented reality, MindMaze has developed several digital treatments to aid recovery. With MindMotion Pro, the user wears a vest with active markers. Sensors then pick up those markers and relay them to a computer where a digital avatar is created and streamed and displayed back to the user. If the patient has an affected limb, MindMaze can use this VR/AR setup to trick their mind into visualizing their movement and then carry out simple actions like reaching and grasping. This process can literally teach the brain how to use the damaged limb again and speed recovery. Number 3. The world's first surgery streamed in virtual reality. Dr. Shafi Ahmed performed surgery and the whole operation was broadcast live through virtual reality. Dr. Ahmed removed cancerous tissue from the bowel of the patient, which took over 3 hours. Training medical professionals are expensive and there's limited time and space for trainees to witness surgery themselves. So far from simply serving those with a morbid curiosity, this represents a real step forward in training techniques where doctors around the world can witness best practices almost firsthand. If you're interested in taking a look for yourself, you can download the VR and OR app to use on your smartphone. Number 2. Walk around your own sketches. Virtual reality isn't just about new ways of consuming content, it's about new ways of creating it as well. Current frontrunners when it comes to VR art tools include the Tilt Brush, a tool from Google that allows you to paint in 3D space, Ghost Paint, a virtual graffiti app that lets you play at being Banksy without actually vandalizing buildings, and Graffiti Sketch, which allows you to draw in 3D and then walk around inside your sketches. Number 1. Virtual reality helps ease phobias. Virtual reality is being used to expose users to their phobias in a controlled environment. For some time now, doctors and therapists the world over have advocated exposure therapy, forcing patients to physically confront that which they fear the most in order to ease or completely cure phobias. Whilst for some this conjures ideas of an "I'm a celebrity, get me out of here" style challenge to help cure fears of spiders and insects, that image isn't too far from the truth. With 4 to 5% of Americans suffering from a clinically significant phobia, the opportunity to provide a cure could be big business. Not to mention the associated positive social impact. For many phobias, exposure therapy is impractical, but virtual reality is set to change that very soon. VR creators will extend this sensory hijacking to our other faculties, for example, touch and smell, to deepen that sense of immersion. Let us know your opinion in the comment section below. This is all for today. Hope you liked the video. Don't forget to subscribe to Finding Tech. Stay safe, and we'll be back soon with another video.